So Joe Burrow and the Bengals, first complete game of the year is what he said. They baked Carolina. Their run game was unbelievable. I said this on the air on Fox. I said if their run game, if that's what their run game is, nobody, including the Chiefs, is beating them. When you're in a game like that and you're just handing the ball to Joe Mixon and watching him fly down the field, it's just a whole different ball. Tell the audience basically how it changes your afternoon.
Yeah, it's makes my life a lot easier. That I didn't have to do a lot that game. I was efficient, but Joe, that was offensive line was blocking great in the run game. Joe was hitting the holes. He looked like he was as fast as I've ever seen him. And so he was running hard. He was making protection pickups. He played great.
You don't get games like that in the NFL. You may get one a year. Like you literally take a commanding lead. So again, the film, that's a team that shocked Brady. Well, on film, did you think, we could have a big day running, or some of it surprising?
Yeah, they were, in my opinion, one of the best defenses in the league leading up to that. Watching tape, they were flying around, making plays, and something clicked for us that game. We were kind of doing whatever we want, moving the ball up and down the field. Our play action game got going. Run game was great. And so that makes it a lot easier when you jump out to a lead like that. It opens up your whole playbook.
Joe said you're not a quarterback. He said you have the personality of a linebacker. Your dad, I read a story that everybody in your family was a defensive guy. So when you decided I want to be an offensive guy, was it like, oh, Joe's soft? Poor pretty boy. Joe is soft, pretty boy guy. Because in your family, it's all defensive dudes.
Yeah, well, it was decided for me. I wanted to be a running back my first year playing football, and so they made me be the quarterback against my own wishes.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, that was a good choice. Your parents were smart.
Yeah, I owe that.
No kidding.
I owe that youth. Coach Sam. Coach Sam was our youth coach. He made me be the quarterback, so I owe Sam some money, I think.
By the way, were you the taller kid?
Not at that point in my life, not really.
Oh, okay. Because I was quarterback because I was tall. I came from a rural school. I was like 6'2" in high school. The best athletes were like 5'7". So I think I just won it because genetics. My dad was tall. Yeah. So here we are halfway through. You go to a bye week now, right?
Yes.
Oh my God. So you literally, that game is over. I saw a smile on your face on like 7 videos. You're thinking, for you, this is the only time for 4 months you're going to sit on the couch and watch Netflix.
Yeah, and it's the bye week feeling is a lot different feeling when you go in with a win than when you go in with a loss. So coming out of that game with a win, the way we did it, is critical for everybody, so we can kind of take a step back and relax and get away from football for the week.
And you will just hang out with friends?
Yeah, I'll just, go out to dinner maybe a couple times, but just relax and not going to go anywhere.
So over the course of now, this is your 3rd season. First year hurt. Second year Super Bowl. This 3rd year. So what is something midway point 3rd year that you are absolutely better than, that literally this Joe Burrow would look at the first year Joe Burrow and go, good Lord, you're way off. Stop, slow down. Like, where are you the most dramatically better?
I would say just finding completions on every play. There's usually a completion to be had. It might not always get you 10, 12 yards. It can get you 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards, but I'm just better at finding the back quickly if I need to, rather than trying to hold on to it and make a big play.
Is it peripheral or just tape study?
I think it's just more time in the offense, and you have to have a certain kind of chemistry with the running back too, not just the receivers, knowing how he might escape the pocket to get to his check down. It's not always going to be like it's drawn up. They're doing a good job of finding, little pockets in the zone where I can find them.
When was the light comes on moment? Most quarterbacks, by the way, Joe, say year 3 at some point, like it's the game kind of just comes down a little? Was there a week or a moment or a series or a half that happened to you?
I would say second half of last season. After the bye week, it's started to really slow down for me and click.
Yeah. The game, and again, it was just knowing teammates?
Yeah, for the most part. You're just playing more football and seeing more defense and know how different defenses can take away certain plays. Just more reps of doing what you're doing.
So, my staff always looks up stuff. We have one thing in common. I went back and looked at some of your old tweets because you're not on social. And back in 2013, this is 9 years ago, you said something, and I love this. It was 10:58 p.m. So your mom was you probably should have been in bed. But you said, I really like magic. And I thought, okay. So I've gone to see like 20 magicians.
Yeah.
So have you ever gone to Vegas and seen a magician?
Not in person, no.
Okay. It's unbelievable. I've seen Copperfield, Chris Angel. The best magician I ever saw was Hans Klock. He's Swedish. And he literally took a dance pole, tape, a chair, and a beautiful woman. I'm not joking when I tell you this. You can look up Hans Klock on Google today. This woman is tied with tape on a pole, sitting in a chair. Beautiful woman. He has an assistant, and they put up a drape over her. He's on one side, the other. He literally throws the drape up. It comes down. He's in the chair, taped up in 1 second. I'm not shitting you. My son looked at me and said, let's get out of here. My son freaked out. He's like, Dad, that's real magic. I'm like, I don't get it.
It's pretty incredible what some of those guys do.
Oh, it's incredible. And there's a guy named, some of these magicians, Fox Sports hires these people for Christmas parties. I want to go through a couple other tweets because they are funny. You're not on social. I want you to explain this. 8:43 at night, 10 years ago. Movie I can't get enough of. Rocky IV.
Yeah. That sounds like the point of my life where I had found the Rocky movies and was watching them all at the same time.
Okay. Couple nights later, what's up with Denzel Washington and train movies? I don't know the answer.
He had a lot of them.
He did. Now you're really connecting. 9 years ago, noon. When in doubt, ... watch SpongeBob.
Sounds like some good advice from me.
Okay, I don't even know what these are. So I'm going to need the Midwest and you to explain this. June 11th, 2014, 2:02 p.m. I miss chicken fries. I don't know what that means.
I guess I don't know about that one either. You got me.
Chicken fries? We know professional athletes care about how they look on and off the field. That's why many of them are wearing Cuts clothing, C-U-T-S, Cuts clothing. It's apparel for the modern professional. Every Cuts shirt is designed to provide a healthy, tailored fit. Hoodies, tees, polos fit perfectly. I've got a half dozen in my closet. They look great. Basically, Cuts has revolutionized the outdated t-shirt style. They make it easy to mix and match colors. You can find any style that works for you with Cuts. Really comfortable shirts, super high quality. These aren't fast fashion shirts. These are Cuts. So join hundreds of thousands of men. Make a simple decision to elevate the wardrobe with Cuts, C-U-T-S. Get 15% off right now. Going to cutsclothing.com/Colin. 15% off right now. Cutsclothing.com/Colin. C-U-T-S. Cuts Clothing. 15% off. Perfectly tailored. Comfortable. Gotten rid of the old outdated t-shirt look. Cuts Clothing. Prior to this week, you guys were struggling in the run game. It happens. A lot of times, like the Rams have struggled. It's just depletion of people. There's been like cluster injuries. Explain it to me as much as you can. When a run game struggles, is it missed assignments? If a run game struggles for 4 or 5 or 6 weeks, it's not just we're being overpowered. Can you explain like why one game works and why another doesn't?
Yeah, it's tough. A lot of it has to do with the defenses that you're playing. You know, some teams are really, really good up front, and they're tough to move, and they have good scheme. Other times, you know, sometimes it's on the offense just not executing. You'd love for it to be consistent, but it's never really that way. It's tough to get that going. The defenses in this league are really, really good at what they do, and you know, it all starts with stopping the run. That's what the defenses always preach, and it's tough to get it going sometimes.
So Saturday night for you, I'm a huge college football fan, so LSU Bama was about as good as it gets for me. I think football at its best was designed to end games like that, where a coach has to make a decision. So in a situation like that, there's the presumption, like I wanted LSU to go for it. My takeaway is, frick, it's your first game against Saban. You're at home.
Yeah.
Totally go for it. I mean, your takeaway on, it's the first time I think Brian Kelly's faced Saban with equal players. And I thought Brian, and what do I know? I thought Brian kind of outcoached Nick. I thought schematically he was pretty clever. Your takeaway on that game and what you've heard about Brian Kelly?
Well, I think the decision to go for the 2 points, I think, comes down to whether or not you feel really good about your 2-point plays that you have in that week.
Right.
And if you feel good about them, yeah, go and make it happen and execute it. And that's what they did. But it seems like they're playing really hard for him. You know, there were a lot of points in that game, I felt like, where a team could kind of throw in the towel and quit. And,
right.
And they didn't. And that's what you love to see from first-year coach, in my opinion.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels, I watched him a lot at Arizona State. Brian obviously knows what he's doing because he's the best version of Jaden Daniels. I love that pick play, by the way. You're not going to, at home, they're not going to call that on you. That's almost impossible to defend. Like when they called it, I'm like, you can just see it. It was like, okay, there's nothing you can do about that. In fact, I think Bama lost the national title to Clemson on that same.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson going out right. Yeah.
Yep. You can't defend it. When you say you have confidence in your 2-point plays, so if you go into a game like LSU Bama or in the NFL, would you have 4? Would you have like 4 plays, and would they be rotated? Like, could you take them week to week, or do you go back 6 or 7 weeks to hide them? Like, there's only so many 4-yard plays you can do, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's every week you have that's part of the red zone breakdown. You have your 3-to-1 passes or 3-to-1 2-point plays that you feel good about, and it's just part of your game plan. So if you have the ball between that line and it's 1st and 10, you're going to call one of those plays. In certain weeks, you know, you feel really good about 4, 5, 6 of them. And if you hadn't called any of them and you get into that spot, you know, you might as well go do it.
As a quarterback, your emotions on a play like that to win the game. First of all, very few people, even if you were a good baseball player, have ever hit a walk-off home run. You just don't get those opportunities. How many win or lose moments in your football life have you had like that?
It's tough to count now. You know, it depends down to the final play. You know, maybe 2 or 3 or 4, not a ton. 2-minute situations to win the game. You know, 15 or 20 maybe. So they're few and far between. So when you get those opportunities, you got to go and make it happen and execute, because that's what ends up winning games.
Anxiety, nerves, urgency. How do you feel?
Oh, when those kind of spots pop up, that's when your heart rate slows down and all the crowd noise kind of muffled out, and you just get into your zone. It's a different feeling.
Okay. By the way, I've been told the Marvel movie, the Black Panther sequel, Wakanda Forever, comes out this weekend. You're a Marvel guy, so are you in on that?
Very much so. Yeah.
My son said that was the best Marvel movie ever.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
Very good. I think the original
Is
Iron Men would those are my favorite, I would say.
those three of those, right?
Yeah, the first two.
Is Avengers Marvel or no, or DC?
Avengers is Marvel.
Okay. I don't really.
That's like all the
Right.
Avengers movies were all the movies for like 10 years, like culminating into one big 2 movie moment.
Yes. I went to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I watched that with my son. That was a dad son moment.
First time anything had ever been done like that in movies. It was awesome. Big Marvel guy.
I mean, when they all jumbled all the people together?
Yeah. Well, there were 10 years of movies leading up to that moment.
Okay. So you know this stuff. Were you a comic kid?
Not really. I just like the movies.
Yeah, I'm same here. Comics bored me. I was out playing wiffle ball.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to take 3 or 4 days. How many days total do you have off? 9?
So we had practice today. We were in for meetings yesterday, and now we're off until Monday morning. So however many days that is, 7, 8.
Yeah. Finally, you very rarely get to sit home and watch a rival play, generally, right? You're either flying somewhere, flying home. Did you see Lamar Jackson Monday?
I did. They look good.
Holy shit. Sometimes with him, it is kind of amazing, right? Like, I mean, I watch him and I'm just like, sometimes with him, I turn the sound down. I just want to watch him. I don't want to be distracted. I mean, what if I said to you, one sentence, describe Lamar Jackson?
Nobody moves like him. He just moves different than everybody else. He's faster, he's more efficient, he's more agile. There's just something about it that it's just unique.
Yeah. All right, man. Have a good bye week. Good seeing you. Congrats.
Appreciate it. See you guys next week.